Hi, my name is Anthony Polvanelli, and I'm here at Smail Motor Cars to show you our brand new 2018 Mercedes-Benz E-Class Coupe. This is the all-new 2018 E400. Takes a lot of the same great technology that was found recently in our all-new E-Class sedan, but gives you the elegant, very slick, sporty styling of all of our brand new coupes. Takes a lot of its styling cues from our flagship S-Class coupe in just the slightly smaller package. Let's go for a ride and check it out. One of the signature features of every Mercedes-Benz coupe is in the front of this vehicle, you'll actually notice this blocked grille where they actually diamond block several of these grilles and several that they actually tip with sort of a black gloss to kind of give it this starburst effect around the centralized star. Now on this particular coupe and on several, this actually features a surround view camera system which can sort of be noticed here by the front facing camera. There's actually 4 the whole way around the car, in addition to a centralized radar behind the star, which actually helps you out with adaptive cruise control. Another design element of the front of this car that Mercedes-Benz wanted to keep intact, E-Class to E-Class, is the dual torch effect headlamp. Every E-Class for the last several generations has featured sort of 2 different parts to its headlamp design, from actually having 2 separate bulbs a few years back to now having this sort of dual torch effect for the front centralized headlamp. That's a very unique feature only to the E-Class models, not seen on many of our other cars. This new elongated tail lamp design, which actually stretches from the trunk lid all the way around the car. Another really unique thing though to the E-Class, once again, you have this dual torch effect also for the tail lamp, which has the integrated signal and everything for you. And maybe most importantly, the stardust effect tail lamp. Really gives it a cool appearance at night. Mercedes wanted to integrate some of the new technology into the trunk lid as well. Simply push on the top of the star, it'll actually raise the trunk for you. You can also do so from the key fob and several other ways as well. Gives you all the electronics to make it real easy to get in and out of the back. This is actually an E400. You might notice that with our sedan lineup, currently the car starts with an E300, a little bit of a different motor. So on this one, you're actually getting 329 horsepower, 354 pound-foot of torque out of a naturally aspirated V6. Now that's the base motor for this car. There are several higher performance options available, but most folks opt for this V6. Very impressive motor by Mercedes-Benz. And once again, if for whatever reason, if it's not enough power for you, Mercedes is going to offer this in several AMG models, both of which are upcoming. Let's go and take it for a ride. The E-Class Coupe will wow you even before you start driving. Seatbelt presenter makes it nice and easy to get your seatbelt, and electronic tensioning devices are all there to correctly get the right amount of tension and everything on your belt for you. Not only with this car do you get such a great view of the vehicle from the outside with all the slick, sporty styling and everything, but inside of this car, the design is just incredible. This is a lot of S-Class innovations and now to be found in the E-Class. You're actually getting the new sort of center waterfall console design of the C-Class when it got redesigned, and you're also getting the same upward flowing line design from our S-Class. So you're getting kind of a hybrid of the two. It just gives it a great all-around experience for the driver, and really just anyone in this car. Heads-up display staring me in the face here. I can totally adjust it as well. Something I actually did before I got moving here was I was able to go in and actually dial in my own custom settings for that heads-up display so I can see it based on where my seat position is. I can even change what's displayed. So right now it's showing me the speed limit compared to what I'm driving, which is really cool. It's pulling map data as I'm driving, so I always know what the speed is. And it's also giving me turn-by-turn directions if my nav's on, or in this case compass, and obviously my speed in real time. Really cool. Lots of nice pickup in this new V6 from Mercedes on the E400. It's giving you 329 horsepower, 354 pound-foot of torque, and hard to believe that that's actually the quote-unquote base motor for this car. I mean, that's really where this car starts. So, if that's for whatever reason not enough power for you, you can definitely get a lot more. But for most folks, mean, 354 pound-foot of torque in a coupe, quite a bit. This is a 4MATIC all-wheel drive vehicle, so wintertime with the snow, gonna have no problems at all. All four wheels are gonna think independent for you, do exactly what you want them to do. Also too, on wet roads, very, very nice. Any kind of slick condition, whether it's ice or if it's caused by just a lot of rain, makes it really, really hard to hydroplane in one of these 4MATIC all-wheel drives, because when every wheel's able to think independently like that, even if 3 of your wheels lose traction, that one tire is going to keep you going in the direction that you're meant to go. So you're noticing on the new E-Class Coupe this full 12.3-inch LED digital display right here in the middle of the dash, which gives you a lot of great information. You can control your navigation, your radio, your vehicle settings, cell phone settings, everything, all right from this center display, which is really, really nice. Because of its size, you can also split screen it. So if for any reason, if you would like to maybe pull up, let's say, 2 pieces of information on the same screen, you can do so very, very easily, all from this display. Another really, really cool feature is actually something that you might have just noticed, is that there's actually these touch pads on both sides of the steering wheel, which actually allow me to control everything on either screen, all using my hands on the steering wheel. So this is actually a lot safer, as well as being a lot more user-friendly, in that if I want to control everything on the screen and never take my hands off the wheel, I can very easily do so. Now, I do still have my center controller, which you might notice from our new generation C-Class and in the past on our S-Class vehicle. This controller is still going to be here for you on the E-Class standard. You do have the centralized wheel, which is like a computer mouse if you want to do some exact, fine movements in terms of how you control everything, as well as this touchpad, which can read your handwriting, read swipe gestures. So you can control everything here if you'd rather. If your arms may be on the armrest and you want to control everything, this makes it very easy to do so. If your hands are on the wheel and you want to control everything, still very easy to do so. Another great feature too on the Coupe and on some of the sedans is the option to actually have dual digital displays. So this particular one not only gives me the 12.3-inch display here, but a second one directly behind my steering wheel. And the way it's sort of cut out and where it's positioned, it's very nice that even if your steering wheel is positioned a little bit lower, it's still very, very easy to see everything on the display and to control it with the left side of the steering wheel. So it makes a lot of sense. If you want to control something on the right, you control it with the right side of your wheel. You want to control it on the left, you control the left side of the wheel. It's very easy to operate. Left side gives you some really cool features in that you can once again still pull up nav info, radio info, etc. You can change the display content. So on your left gauge, you naturally have your speedometer. On the right gauge, you typically have a tachometer, which will show you your engine speed. However, if you'd rather, you can make some adjustments and actually pull up your navigation on this screen. So this car is really letting you customize all your displays to make this as user-friendly as possible, so you're seeing everything that you want to see and nothing that you don't. There's an economy display, which is really cool. This will show you in real time how you're doing driving-wise. The more that I coast, the more that I don't really lay on the accelerator, the better that I'll do in my eco display here. You can pull up fuel consumption info, everything, all on this display. In addition to several display options how you can change it, I can even go as far as to change my gauges entirely. I'm in the classic view now, but I can quite simply go to designs and I can actually change the design of it. So if I wanted to, I can go in and change from this classic view. I can pull up a sport view, which changes the look of the gauges entirely. I can also pull up a view called Progressive. This is a little bit more for maybe somebody that's looking at fuel efficiency. The Progressive view is going to put a focus on the tachometer of the car. Same deal, you can customize what's positioned where on all of these views as well. Probably one of the first things that folks notice when they get into the interior of one of the new E-Class models is the ambient lighting. So something that Mercedes found was, when it comes to in-car vehicle ambiance, having an ambient light setting that's really noticeable to the point of Something that you can very easily see, but that's not a distraction to those that are, you know, obviously driving the car and those in the car. And Mercedes actually is giving you 64 colors. So if you can't find a color of lighting, that's kind of hard to believe. So you can really go in and do some fine tuning with this car, not just the displays, but even things like the color of your lighting. A very, very adjustable vehicle. Something that actually just kicked on a little bit ago, I got a little close to one of the line markings going around a bend, and the lane keeping assist system on this car will give you a little bit of a pulsation in the steering wheel, and also give you a little bit of an idea on the gauges. I'll get just a hair close to this side over here again, and you'll notice that depending on how close I get, it will actually pull it up on the gauge info. And this particular one, having active lane keeping assist, actually just took control of the steering wheel and pulled me back into my lane a little. So a lot of nice safety innovations as well that Mercedes is putting into these coupes. Just makes it a really enjoyable driving experience all around, even if you were to kind of get a little bit drowsy or maybe just, take your eye off the road for a moment. They're really trying to make it as safe as possible all around for you. Blind spot assist on both side mirrors. If anyone's ever in my blind spot and I put the turn signal on, not only am I going to get a blink there of my sort of warning indicator, but also too I'm going to get that audible beep to let me know that somebody's in my blind spot. Every Mercedes E-Class Coupe features dynamic select. You have an adjustable control right here to the left of the center command console, which can fully adjust how this vehicle drives from a performance respect. You can change the steering on the fly, the stiffness. You can change the upshift times, how it holds the rev point, and on select E-Class Coupes, even adjust the suspension. Just the simple flick of the switch up or down, and I can change my mode from a more comfortable, relaxed setting to a more sporty, aggressive, quicker feel. The new E-Class Coupe features this great all-glass panorama sunroof here. It's very easy to adjust, all with one touch. There's the centralized control here, which can control everything from opening and closing the sunroof to opening and closing this sunshade here. Makes it very, very easy to adjust, no matter what the weather is, no matter what the amount of sunlight is. Some great innovations as well from Mercedes-Benz on the E-Class Coupe include an adaptive cruise control system, which can actually control both the distance that you're keeping from the car in front of you and even help you steer. So depending on who's in front of you, what speed they're going, what sort of distance that you want to keep it, if you turn this system on, it's actually going to pull it all up for you here on the center gauges. What this system is going to help you do is it's actually going to help you sort of play stop and go with the car in front of you, and also too it's going to help you steer. Now one car just moved out of my path, but now it's going to see another vehicle here, and it's basically going to ask me if I want to continue to follow the car that's in front of me. So I'm just going to sort of set a distance here, and it's actually helping me steer as well right now. So I'm still controlling the car, but I mean, I can actually, for moments at a time, currently I just temporarily took my foot off the accelerator. My hands currently aren't on the wheel. Now I'm still staying close to everything. This is a semi-autonomous system. You don't want to just completely, fall asleep or, step away from, doing anything here. But this is doing a lot of the work for me. This is actually helping me steer. See, I actually just came up with a notification saying that I didn't have my hands on the wheel. So it wants me to get my hands back on the steering wheel here. And if for any reason it can't see the lines or it can't see something to steer, it'll also kind of notify you of that. But what it's doing here is it's actually just trying to play stop and go with the car in front of me. So pretty cool, actually doing a lot of stuff for me. So it helps you steer, helps you drive. If you're, sort of in a stop and go traffic situation where you're on a long commute, and you don't want to every second have to have your hands on the wheel or, have to be thinking about accelerate, brake, this can do a lot of things for you. So it's pretty cool. This is sort of the direction that Mercedes is moving, giving you a lot of semi-autonomous and autonomous features to really make the driving experience a whole heck of a lot simpler and a lot easier for you. The E-Class's acoustics are derived from the S-Class, our flagship Mercedes model. It features the same NVH system, which is meant to cut down on noise, vibration, and harshness of anything on the outside trying to get inside. So anything from the road, anything from wind noise outside, other cars, other noises, just the all-around acoustics of the car are taken very, very seriously by everything that Mercedes designs about this particular vehicle. They also know that, there's a very good chance that you might be listening to music or some type of information on your center display, whether it be navigation, turn-by-turn directions, perhaps a phone call while you're driving, or if it's a situation where you're listening to radio or some sort of music. This car actually features a dual-channel amplifier digital surround sound system by Burmester. It's a German audio company which makes only premium audio equipment, and Mercedes is one of the very few manufacturers that Burmester actually works with to create high-end audio systems for. Every 2018 E400 Coupe comes with Mercedes 4-year, 50,000-mile comprehensive warranty. In addition, you have 24/7 roadside assistance. You get free lifetime state inspections through our service department at Smail Motor Cars. We also offer free pickup and delivery for our customers, so you never have to worry if it's a situation where whether you're at home or at work and you need to get your car in for service or for auto butler or for even just a routine maintenance. No problem. Reach out to either us in sales or us at our service department, and we'll set it up for you where we can actually have someone stop out, pick up your car completely free of charge. We also offer free brand new Mercedes service loaners to our customers. So when you have a Mercedes with Smail Motor Cars, you're never without a Mercedes. In addition to some of the great semi-autonomous drive features, this vehicle also features a autonomous parking system. All you do is engage it with this parking pilot switch here in the center console, and the car is actually going to use its series of parking system sensors and radar to try to find a parking spot. So as we move around the parking spot, this is actually eyeing up and looking at several different parking spots to see what is best for the car. Now it's going to look at parallel parking spots, it's going to look into situations where we could pull in, we could back in. So it's looking at several great options. One it actually just found, if I go ahead and pull it up here on the gauge, it just found a parallel spot. I can just go ahead and confirm it on the side here. If I engage reverse gear, it's going to go ahead and take control for me. Now, anytime this is operable, this is still a semi-autonomous assist. It will fully park me, brake, accelerate, steer. It's still good to have your hands close to the steering wheel, close to the brake. If for some reason the car either doesn't see something or you're just concerned that it's getting a little bit too close, you're obviously able to, take control at any point. But right now, I'm doing absolutely nothing at all. This is doing this all for me. I haven't touched the brake. I haven't touched the accelerator. I haven't been changing gears. And wow, it just did a heck of a job. It just parked us parallel, and I think we're about as even as can be. So we are parked. And that was our 2018 E-Class Coupe. Thank you so much for coming along and checking out our brand new E400. Really great car from Mercedes-Benz, and we have them right here for you at Smail Motor Cars in Greensburg. Please don't hesitate to visit us here at our showroom or visit us on the web at smailmercedesbenz.com.